The rheumatologist reassured that there was nothing that can be done for the condition, that it was permanent but not progressive, and that with treatment you can still maintain some quality of life. The chronic disease I had all these years he diagnosed as fibromyalgia. Little known at the time that the diagnosis was a dumping ground for people in our condition as hopeless, a pseudo-psycho-malingerer. Sure enough, here come the meds: Lyrica for the pain, amitriptyline for the dysautonomia that had taken up permanent residence inside my broken-down body. Back in 30 days, the doc ordered more tests. My suspicions being raised at this point, I demanded another Lyme test. I had to fight for it. The doc actually discouraged me from getting the test. "If you do have it, the cost can be in the thousands of dollars," he said. As if that made a difference, I demanded it nonetheless. I wanted to know for sure. The end of 2008 found me severely incapacitated, disabled, and by now mostly paralyzed. Having drawn upon all my resources, mutual funds, retirement funds, cash on hand, property, all were sacrificed for the good cause. At random times, my body would involuntarily shut down. My jaw would stop working after 3 bites. Feet felt like standing in a pail of ice water all the time. Brain zaps, jolts, jerks, tics, spasms, twitches. There seemed to be no end to the random stream of symptoms, and no pattern whatsoever. Most all the time now, I felt like I was being electrocuted, like my arms were stuck in light sockets. The pain, excruciating, and still I wondered, could this be Lyme? Socially, more and more withdrawn. Relationships disappeared, friends faded away, and I became more and more isolated. The ability to interact with other people and communicate effectively was all but gone, except at a very basic level. The solitary confinement, I realized then, had been progressively getting worse for many years. I could see that it would not be long before I would be totally incompetent. More trips to the ER, with episodes of extreme pain and/or psychosis. After moving back to New Hampshire in 2009 to attempt to save the house we had built on the Kentucky River from foreclosure, I had already lost my other real estate investments by this time, and bankruptcy was looking like the only option. Having to retire from surveying, resources dwindled, food stamps denied, health care denied, I was living in a constant state of denial and fear. Heat from the wood stove that winter was mostly supplied by old furniture I had collected that day from the landfill station. Whatever legs and arms I could get off of it with a sawzall were committed to the flames. After reaching for a stick on the floor, I was unable to get up, having to crawl across the floor and pull myself up on a chair. I felt like a 90-year-old man with AIDS. I held on for 17 months before selling out at cost. With everything now gone, the future looked dark. Definitely not the same person anymore. I was more like an empty shell.